The same poor people that we are asked to be allowed to breathe seem to be suffocated now as we speak by the same persons who were advocating for their freedom before now. Don't get it twisted. Nigeria, as we speak, is going through an economic meltdown, food scarcity. Everybody is protesting like there is hunger in the land of Nigeria as we speak. You cannot imagine the distance between dollar to naira. As we speak, $1 to Nigerian currency naira is like about 2,000 naira Nigerian currency to $1. Like everywhere is so tight. The economy is biting on everybody, irrespective of your class. The rich, the average, the poor. Everybody is getting a fair share of the current Nigerian economy. And I dare to say that the economy is actually imposed on us now, or caused or brought about by some people who at first thought that we are going to do well in leadership. Well, today's content is not all about talking about whether or not the people in leadership, are doing well or not. We are concentrating today on how to survive in the present Nigerian economic downturn, in the present Nigerian bad and difficult economic situation. How do we survive? Like, you go to the market today, the price of bread, which used to be 250 Nigerian naira, 300 naira, is currently, as we speak, sold for 800 naira, 900 naira. A basin of garri, which sold for about 4,000, 5,000 naira, as we speak, is chasing 10,500 naira. Some people has it that a basin of garri is now sold for 12,500 naira in their local markets. A bunch of plantain that we could buy for like 3,000 naira, 2,500 naira. And as at then, when we could buy this bunch of plantain for 2,500, 3,000 naira, we were crying out, whoa, things are bad. The economy is not good and all that. But as we speak now, the same bunch of plantain is sold for 10,000 naira, and nobody is saying anything about it. Nobody is doing anything about it. Like, you can imagine that a bottle of this seaway water, like the seaway water that you use in your water dispenser, that bottle of water was sold for like 500 naira before, but as we speak now, it's going for 1,100 naira, and nobody cares to say anything about it. My brothers, my sisters, ladies and gentlemen, to you who is listening, to you who is watching this content, if this is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, thank you very much. And I'm asking you to please hit the subscribe button and watch till the end. Let us discuss how we can survive in the present economic hardship that Nigeria is faced with. Let us discuss what we can do to still live our lives as if we are not going through this hardship that is currently hitting Nigeria in all corners. Like, you can't imagine how much a transport fare is now within a very short distance. For those of us who reside in the city of Port Harcourt in Rivers State, Nigeria, I mean the south part of Nigeria, in a very short distance, you wouldn't believe to have spent 400 naira. What used to be 50 naira, 100 naira, and then later increased to 200 naira, you're spending 300 naira, 400 naira as we speak. Those of you who are conversant with the route within the locality of the Obiapo local government area of Port Harcourt, Rivers State, you would agree with me that from Rupoku to Air Force now is costing 400 naira. And it's unimaginable. That's not what it was before. And now in fuel stations or filling station, as it is also called, you can't imagine getting a liter of fuel. Some filling stations are selling for 900 naira, and some are selling for 700 naira, 850 naira. Some are also selling for 650 naira. Nobody is talking about the price control in the sector of petrol. Nobody is talking about price control. There is no agency that is taking responsibility of controlling pricing in Nigeria as we speak. Everybody is angry. Everybody is going through this economy together. So how do we manage ourselves in this hardship and yet still come out strong, and yet still live our lives, still dress in our best clothes and act like nothing is happening, act like the federal government are not suffocating us, like to choke the air out of us? How do we manage our serves and still live. That's what today's content is all about. Let us share ideas, let us brainstorm on how we can actually navigate through this challenging time of the Nigerian economy and yet still breathe like as if the air they promised to give to us is what we are actually breathing now. Because I dare to say that one raw egg that was sold, or one egg that was sold for like 50 naira before, we are buying it now for 150 naira. In some places, I bet to say it is even pursuing 200 naira. A carton of super pack indomie that was sold for like 5,000 naira just 1 or 2 months ago, we are buying it now for like 11,500 naira. Nigeria is just going through a very bad economic time, a very bad economic situation that is unimaginable. And it's as though the federal government, with all due respect, promising and requesting for more time, are seeming as though they don't know what they are actually doing. Ladies and gentlemen, you who is watching this content this minute, let us now talk about what we can do. What can we do to still manage ourselves in this biting economy? Number one is to cut down on your expenses. Yeah, as simple as it is, cut down on your expenses. That's one of the ways to manage this difficult and challenging present economy of Nigeria. Cut down on your expenses. And when we say cut down on your expenses, it cuts across every other strata of your life. Your movement, your dressing, your eating pattern, your eating habit, how many times you eat in a day, the kind of things you buy for the family, and all of that. You need to cut down on your expenses. Cutting down on your expenses is going to afford you the ability to manage this economy, the present economy we are into. Okay, so when we say cut down on your expenses, what do we really mean? Let's say you are someone who burns fuel maybe between the hours of 9 p.m. through 1 p.m. My brother, you need to cut down on how many hours you burn your fuel, whether in the daytime or at night. That way, you'll be saving a little thing, or you'll be saving whatever fuel you have in your gen to last for you more days. And so, somebody will ask, but I've got gadgets to charge, I've got appliances to use in my house and all that. If you used to burn your fuel for like 6-7 hours before, why don't you cut down to 3 hours? Or maybe to 4 hours, and at the time your gen is turned on, you are charging everything that needs to be charged, your power bank, your phones, and all of those things. That way you are conserving a little resources, or you are managing yourself. That's it. And then another way to cut down on your expenses, if you're this person who will eat 4-5 times a day, hello my brother, you are not in that time when you should eat for about 4-5 times a day. Can you please cut down on how many times you eat in a day? All right, maybe cut it down to 3, possibly 2. Do 1, 0, 1, and nobody is opening your stomach to see whether you ate or not. You will not die. Trust me, you will not die. In fact, when your body system understands that it is no longer 4 square meal a day, it is no longer 3 square meal a day, now it is 2 square meal. You do it for the first, second, third, and fourth day. The body system is designed in a way that it adjusts. It is one of the characteristics of living things, and we, of course, who are human beings, we are living things. Adaptation is one of the characteristics of living things. Your body systematically adjusts to the new development because you need to still breathe in this economy. Now, another thing to do, maybe take it as number 2, is to think thoroughly and be able to ask yourself, this place I'm going to now, cut down on the movements you make every other day. Okay, I want to go to Rumokoro now, I'm traveling to maybe Lagos, I'm traveling to, if it is something you can actually sit at the comfort of your house and do with your phone, achieve with your phone, maybe it's something you need to order, maybe it's something you need to deliver, you can use DHL, you can use Fed Express, you can actually do mail and all that. You must not necessarily embark on that journey, because much as we are talking about the economy, security is another thing that is underrated in Nigeria as we speak. A lot of those accidents happening every day on the road, a lot of people being kidnapped on the road and all that. So when you reduce the number of times you travel, and of course, some of those traveling which might not be necessary, you cut them off. And then yet they are capital intensive, you just cut them off because you will be saving some money. I want to visit this friend. The question is, can you just speak to that friend, like on phone, and you still achieve the same relationship, rather than, oh, you jump into the car, whether it's your car, you're spending fuel, it's not your car, you're on a commercial vehicle, you are, as far as I'm concerned, spending money that would have been judiciously used, to provide for the house. You can cut down on how much and how many times you recharge your phone. No, we're not saying you will not make that call. We're not saying you should not make those calls. But what we are saying is the ones that you need to draw your scale of preference at this moment. Let us apply a little of the principles of economics we learned back then in our secondary and primary schools. You need to apply those principles now. Draw your wants, all right, your scale of preference in the order of priority. Those things which you think or which you know that without them you can still survive. Without them, you can see the next day. Come on, you subscribe data for like 5,000 naira, for like 10,000 naira. If it is not on something that brings you return, revenue, income, that increases how much you have in your bank account, the idea is cut down on it, at least for now, until the economy bounces back. Alright, if this is your first time of visiting or coming across my YouTube channel, my name is Emperor Kenjika, and this is me requesting, appealing, pleading, and soliciting for your subscription. Please, this is a new channel of mine. It's not like the other entertainment channel, which is Legal Zacchaeus. This is another channel, so I'm requesting, I'm appealing that you please subscribe to my channel, and please, when you do, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that when I drop my content again, you will be notified. And please give me a like, a thumbs up. Do where to drop other ideas, beautiful ideas, how we can actually manage the time we are in here in Nigeria now. Please drop them in the comment section so that people can also learn from what works for you. How do you manage yourself? How do you spend? What helps you to control your expenses and all that, so that we can also learn from your wealth of knowledge. We can tap from your wealth of knowledge. We can engage from your industry, how you manage yourself, and so that we can also apply it to us over here and learn, so that together we push ourselves. And while we keep praying that by God's special grace, Nigeria gets better again, the economy bounces back again, whether you like it or not. This government, while they are still trying and while we are looking up to them and praying to God to deliver on their mandate, has not actually tried in getting all of us into this difficult time. It was never in the history of this country that a dollar could rise up to 2,000 naira. Well, we are here, and having been here, we are here. We've shared some ideas on how we can manage ourselves and still survive in this Nigeria. Thank you very much. Until I come your way again, like I said, my name is Emperor Kenjika. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's just for free. You're not paying no money. Thank you very much. God bless you.